So here's one of 50 videos I'll be doing over the next 50 weeks, 5 minutes on a Friday. My thoughts based upon, well, whatever is going on in my life, whatever I'm reading, praying about, thinking about, etc., etc. So as of today, I am 6 days into having my 8th child. We had a baby boy, Luke, on Saturday. Had the privilege of my 7 other children holding baby Luke. Came in the hospital, took pictures. If I can figure out how to do this, I'll throw them up on this little video. But what it's done, well, sitting there in a hospital after experiencing the birth of any child, if you've ever experienced it, there's something, I would say it's the closest thing to heaven there is on earth, is holding a baby, days or hours or moments from being born. And it's quite incredible. But one of the things I recognize, well, first of all, I'm crazy, and I know that because people say it to me all the time. Having 8 kids puts me in the top 1 percentile of the entire United States in terms of kids. In fact, if you have 4 kids, you are in roughly the top 10% of the country in terms of size of your family, which is insane, but that's a whole other topic. But as I was sitting there in the hospital, just holding baby Luke, just in my arms, Mama Ruth is sleeping. She had like 2 hours of sleep the night before. So I'm just sitting there for literally hours staring at this incredible gift. And the epiphany, the idea that was just like formulating in my mind that was so clear is that there is nothing that compares to the beauty of having a family that is rich and connected and full of life and love. As I'm sitting there looking at this little baby, and reflecting, because my other 7 kids had just left, and reflecting on just the richness that I felt, the thing that occurred to me is how absolutely ironic the things that are sold to us, culturally speaking, that we should be sacrificing and running after with all of our might. And the range is from, I'm being facetious but not, a gold medal, a Grammy, some kind of big dollar figure in the bank, some business deal, some awesome vacation or retirement or whatever it is that's laid out as the thing we should be seeking. It's so crazy when you measure that, and those are all great things. There's nothing wrong with those things. But when you measure that against the blessing and the ongoing return of family, it's like they aren't in the same solar system. And yet every day we're being sold like that's the thing you should go after. Be super fit, get tons of money, or run your own company. Again, great. Become a hobbyist and the best amateur golfer, or whatever it is that you go after. All of that is really, really good. All of that is really, really fine, except when we sacrifice, we're literally stepping over the baby, that we're stepping over our toddler, we're stepping over our teenager in order to, we're sacrificing, in other words, for the thing that actually is vaporous. If you've ever listened to anybody who's won a gold medal, who's won the championship, who's gotten, whatever it is, the huge end goal, they actually achieved it, the momentary pleasure of that thing is actually kind of depressing. In fact, Andre Agassi, if you know who he is, he wrote a book called Open, and it was just basically this concept. He was spending his whole life in order to attain these gold medals, so to speak, these winning these tournaments, and the fleeting pleasure of the win was so temporary, and the struggle and the strain and the suffering of a loss was so much longer. So he began to trade in this whole idea of we're pursuing these gold medals, we're pursuing all of these things, and to what end? So for me, the epiphany, the ongoing epiphany that just keeps getting deeper and deeper is there's nothing more valuable than your family, than your wife or your husband or your children, your parents, your siblings. And so invest there first, invest there, and then great, invest in the other stuff. But at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of your life, the thing that matters is the depth of your relationships around your dining room table. When you're sitting on a Sunday evening, inviting everybody around, who's sitting there, what's the quality of those relationships, and what did you sacrifice in order to not have quality in those relationships? That's my thought for today.